Hi everyone, I'm really excited to speak with all of you about this particular solution, especially for our talented consultants, project managers, and change makers in the digital transformation space. Whether you are implementing Workday, SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, UKG, or any other SaaS platform, you are likely leveraging an agile or hybrid agile methodology. And most of today's software implementations begin with a multiple discovery session. Each session generates a rich discussion, which we convert them into what we call user stories. Now, these stories describe a performer's action and the success criteria for each scenario. Traditionally, these insights are scribbled in notepads, captured in chat, or vaguely remembered after the call ends. And we rely on a lot of junior consultants or analysts to collect and create these user stories from these disjointed sources. Now, even with using tools like Microsoft Teams, Copilot, or Zoom transcripts, the process remains fragmented and it's very manual, where somebody has to write down these complex test scripts. We have changed the game for you using our AI-driven user story generation. It's the first part of this demonstration that you're seeing. Our platform takes entire transcripts, including multiple transcripts, including the messy, unfiltered kind of small talk or tangents or human chatters. Like when you have a 3-hour session, it's normal that people are going to talk something that is not related to that subject matter. They're going to talk about the weather, they're going to talk about the traffic situation, the plan with the families for the coming holidays. So these kind of conversation will be throughout this long meeting. Now, what we do with our platform, we distill them into high quality user stories by removing these human chatter or non-relevant discussions. And every meaningful detail is captured without relying on human memory or scattered notes. So let's see how it works. So here I have already logged in to the platform. Once we have defined the client and you have defined the project, in this case I have defined the project and the client, I'm already inside the project. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Add US Package. I'm going to give it a name. Let's call it a Sprint 1 package. You can give whatever name you want, and then just like any other user story, you're going to choose the epic. In this case, I'm going to choose Oracle Cloud HCM, and then I have two options. I have the option to create user stories from transcripts, which are meeting transcripts, and I also have the option to import user stories. You can use this functionality if you already have user stories written in different systems and you want to merge them into this one package. So let's see how user stories can be created from transcripts. Now, in this particular case, I'm going to use 2 transcripts, and just to show you the proof of how it filters the noise, you can see here it talks about the weather, and then it also talks about the actual subject matter. In this case, it talks about the language preference in Oracle Cloud, and then towards the end, it also talks about the local Thai place where there's plans for a meal break. So you can see that it contains non-relevant information in this transcript. So I'm going to import that transcript, and I can import up to 3 transcripts. And let me add the second transcript as well. And then I'm going to click on Generate User Stories. And there you go. Our AI filtered out all the relevant discussion. No more lunch plans or weather updates in the stories. What you receive is a clean, structured user story and acceptance criteria. You can export them to Excel. So let me click on OK. And once I did that, I can see my package. When I expand the package, I can see all the different user stories. I can export them into Excel by clicking on this download package. We can also edit individual stories if I need to make any small changes. Like I said, with any AI-powered generation, we should always make sure that we verify what after it has generated. So we can do that here. We can save my changes. Let's take a quick look at how the export file looks like. It's very simple. As you can see, there are two tabs, the user story package details and the user story details. Now you can make any edits here as well. If you want to add additional user stories, bulk upload or bulk update of user stories, you can use this Excel, make changes or add user stories. When you are adding user stories to an existing package using this bulk upload, all you gotta do is just leave your user story ID blank, so it knows that these are new user stories and it's going to create those user stories into that specific package that you have created. So once you have done that, you have edited your user stories, added additional ones. Now it's time to publish. So once we publish, it has now converted the status into published, and as you can see, just like any published article, it's not editable. If you're using product like Jira or some other project management portal, you can use that export functionality to export the user stories, which generates very helpful Excel files that you can now upload into those platforms. Next comes the exciting part, that is the test case generation. Now, what our platform does is it allows you to create test cases from this user stories with one click. As magical as it sounds, it is a reality and we will see it. So all you gotta do is click on generate test cases. And as you can see that now it has started generating these test cases. If you have a lot of user stories and a lot of test cases to generate, we are adding the functionality where this process can be performed in the background, so you do not have to wait. You can work on a new user story while the test cases are getting generated, because test cases are pretty large, so sometimes it can take long depending on how many user stories you have in the package and how many steps are there in each of these test cases. So now my test cases have been generated. As you can see, for each story, it has generated a test case. You can take a look at the test case that it has generated. And it does a pretty decent job of getting the navigation for the different software application that that we are now supporting, which includes like Workday, Oracle, SAP, Salesforce, UKG, Pega. Most of the prominent software that you can think of should be supported. So this is how it has generated. If you want to make any small edits, you can do that, and then you can hit publish. That's going to publish this particular test case. If you do not want to publish this test cases individually, what you can do is click on this button. This is usually once you have reviewed all the test cases, and again you can export or download all the test cases. This is going to give you a zip file containing all the different test cases. And then, of course, you can make modifications in the Excel and then import it. Like you have this option to import test case. So here you're going to select that zip file and then it should be able to add that. Now, if you want to create an individual test case that has not generated, which means your user story have more than one test case, you can do that as well. To do that, you're going to go into the test case dashboard, and here you can see all the test cases that are generated, and you can click on add test case. Now the project is already selected, you cannot change it. Now, you can define the story or the test case based on a particular user story package and user story itself, or you can choose an epic and just choose the epic for which you are going to write this test case. And what you can do is you can turn on this microphone and simply talk out loud what you would be doing, like a transaction that you're doing in the system for which you are preparing the test case. If you want to learn more about how exactly that works, there's already a video that you'll find, the link to that in the description, how to use this feature to generate test cases using this the voice command feature. This is going to be useful for you when your configuration is extremely customized and the AI model does not necessarily know what the business process is going to be like. So in those cases, the more complex multi-step test cases, you're going to use this model where you can just simply talk as you transact in the system. And then once you do that, then you can, of course, this test case is going to be saved. And these test cases that are generated ad hoc, you will find an option to link to a user story. And then you're going to link that test case to the user story. So as you can see, we have eliminated the manual overhead and increasing test coverage, all while enhancing the speed and accuracy. And one great thing is, if you are an enterprise customer, you can enter your Jira credentials within the platform, just like this. So you will be able to import these test cases right from the application into your Jira platform. So we are really excited to see how this platform transforms your workflow for your project executions. If you have signed up, thank you so much. If you haven't, please give it a try. It's available for a free trial. And for any questions, you can reach out to us via email that you can see on the screen. We welcome your feedback and we look forward to working together to push innovation forward. Thank you so much, and let's build better, faster together.